Hey, how's it going, Captains? Admiral Tori here, and welcome aboard for another video on my channel. In today's video, this is going to be an important video because I'm going to be talking about my schedule with YouTube and address some strong criticism with my World of Warships content. And I need you guys' feedback to improve my content. At the same time, some things that are critical with the criticism I cannot comply with, and I'll explain why. So the reason why I'm doing this video, and this is why it's going to be an important video, is because recently I've gotten a lot of attention on my World of Warships content, especially with my Enterprise videos and other CV videos, and I appreciate the support. At the same time, I have to address some criticism because I'm not used to these type of criticism since my channel is usually small. I do enjoy having a small channel because I can keep up with things, but hey, this is the first time in my channel so far that something big has happened with this. So I know for a fact that there's a good chunk of you guys don't have a clue how I run my channel. So with the schedule and the criticism, starting with the schedule. May, August, some parts of April with spring break, and December, these are the time of the year where I am active, and the reason why is because I'm off from school. I am a full-time student, which means that there's times or periods of times where I just can't keep up with YouTube. YouTube is a hobby to me. I enjoy doing YouTube. I love interacting with many people around the world. I've seen people from Asia, people from Europe, and I can just judge by the names of your YouTube pretty clear. And I think that's awesome because, you know, back in the day, I used to watch gameplay videos of Call of Duty, Battlefield, and most of them are American audience. But the fact that I have different diversity, I find it amazing because, you know, being in one location of the world all the time in your life is nothing special because I see Americans every day. But when I see different people from different culture, they offer different opinions, they view things differently, and I think that's amazing because we can be civilized with it. You gotta think about it. Recently, mankind has been coming together in terms of being globalized by the internet, especially. Back in the days, you know, people from one side of the world will never see someone else on the other side of the world. So I thought it would be amazing to do videos and interact with people from different parts of the world. So scheduling wise, there was one time in 2016 recently, it was the fall semester and I was taking very difficult classes. As a result, I can only upload a video a month. And there was one month that I couldn't upload the video until December. And as a result, with the repercussion and the consequences, a lot of people unsubscribed from my channel because they thought I was dead or I quit YouTube. To me, that's alright. That is the right decision because it doesn't make sense to subscribe to somebody that you want them to constantly do content, but if they don't reach the expectation, it's pretty clear that there's no point in staying subscribed. I'd rather have people unsubscribe to me than stay subscribed and I just have a big subscriber numbers, but then my views don't back me up with that, so I don't feel accomplished at all. At the same time, with the numbers, like I said, YouTube is something that I enjoy socially, and I just enjoy making videos. It makes me feel productive. Something I enjoy playing games and uploading to YouTube, sharing these experience with you guys and interacting in the comment section is what matters most to me. So, numbers, subscriber counts, viewerships, like ratings, these factors that a lot of YouTubers view their success as is something that I don't care. Absolutely don't care. Okay? I'm not going to stop someone from disliking my video. I'm not going to stop someone from, unsubscribing to me. But I will stop someone, or try to make an attempt to stop someone from promoting negativity on my channel. I will not tolerate that. That's something that I don't like. And that's the person who I am. That's why I'm trying to shoot for every videos because I'm searching for people who have very common ways of approaching things. And one of the things deals with the criticism with my channel. So scheduling wise, starting next week, I am going to go back to school. I am majoring in two particular fields, computer engineering and computer science. I don't know how hard the classes are going to be. Sometimes classes are easy, which means I can put more time to YouTube. But if you see me not uploading at all, Usually I have fillers like playing Prey, Far Cry, Call of Duty. I upload those fillers and don't do World of Warships videos because World of Warships videos takes a lot more time to get going. I just don't upload gameplays up in the channel and expect something to happen. I have a quality control. Sometimes, videos are not up to quality, but I check them before that happens, and sometimes just me feeling like it's okay, but some people don't think it's okay, which is where the criticism starts. So there was 2 criticisms, and most of them were from my aircraft carrier video, and one in particular affects my enterprise video because the enterprise video has caught a lot of attention. First criticism, I'm going to have to shoot down for sure because this deals with my core values of my video. And it was, now keep in mind, I respect everyone's opinions and sometimes criticism means something to me, but there are things that I cannot accept. And one of them is how I do my videos. The criticism was that, why don't I upload damaging type of gameplays? Getting medals, doing 300,000 damage, 6 kills, carrying the team. And the truth is, it's pretty common to search videos for that, and I watch them myself. I sometimes upload videos like that. But that isn't what my videos are all about. Ever wonder why that when I get something good, I don't put them up in the titles like 6 kills, Kraken, High Caliber, Confederate, 400,000 damage, must click, Yamato? And the answer is simple. I don't care how good the gameplay when it comes to the damage. The video means something to me if it offers something that is valuable except doing well. Like other than doing well, if it has some sort of meaning to the video, that is where the value starts to come. I could have, from the beginning of my channel, I thought this through very well because my old channel, back in the days when I was doing Call of Duty and Battlefield, I thought I was doing all damage. I learned my lesson. After doing several years of doing that, people weren't happy when you don't upload good gameplay. So when I started doing World of Warships content, I want my videos to be unique. I want my videos to be special, which is why I pick certain gameplays. Even if gameplays offer 200,000 damage, I still don't upload them. And the answer is simple. It doesn't offer anything other than doing damage, and that just proves to be egotistic. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing that type of stuff. I'm just saying that you can be successful. From the beginning, I could have just upload 300,000 damage gameplays all the time because every day when I play World of Warships, there's going to be one game that I do a lot of damage, and I could have just easily uploaded it and do no commentary over it, or do a simple commentary of me just saying, oh, I did this, I did that, I did this. It's repetitive. I don't feel the satisfaction with it. A lot of people are already doing it, and I do enjoy watching these videos, but to me, I want to do something different. That is why I don't care about it, because I know for a fact that if I just do it, I will lure all the captains who seek for damage. People who click on my videos want to see damage, and I don't like that. I want my video to be constructive, useful, interesting, fun, interactive. Starts a good conversation in the comment section, and I avoid belittling people. Belittling people is something I hate, because people do it to me, and I don't like that. But being constructive is different, offering advice. And if they don't follow the advice, that's the reality. You're not going to force that person. You're not going to impose that. Unless, there's things in life that you have to do it, but this is a game. No need to take it serious. So when I do my videos, one person was criticizing why I don't show gameplays of me doing clear skies, doing a lot of damage. And the answer is simple. Those gameplays didn't meet my requirement for what I'm looking for. My Air Superiority Essex video, my team won by a landslide. And I didn't do that much damage. I didn't, get clear sky. I didn't get any medals. But I used that gameplay over getting clear skies and all the medals because it had the things I'm looking for in that particular video. Communication, controlling the skies, and people enjoying your role. Like I got compliments from that game. It's like one of those games that makes me feel good because people sent me some person sent me a personal message and he really likes the way I play Air Superiority. Although we won by a landslide and the gameplay was average, it proves the point. Communication, controlling the skies, how to use your fighters, and looking for the enemy bombers. It had everything. I could have uploaded a different gameplay where it shows me getting clear skies and no communication. Communication is very important to me when it comes to air superiority, or playing carriers in general, or even any other ships. That is why I uploaded that video, because my team actually talked to me. There's games that people don't talk to me, so that's poor example of air superiority. Although I didn't shoot down that many planes and maybe the enemy carrier player couldn't deal with me, it proves the point that communication, controlling the skies, all the examples I've been showing in that gameplay has aligned with the values I was looking for in that guide video, which is why I didn't upload a damaging type of game. And there was another game that the guy said that you were facing a poor enemy CV player. Well, I wasn't looking for how good I am. I wasn't looking for how I can destroy enemy CV player. Maybe the enemy CV player wasn't that great against me, but at the same time, possibly I just outclassed him because of how well I played the game. I mean, there's games I play like tier 6, knowing for the fact that I have tier 10 carriers, tier 10 skill, because I have the Yamato, I have reached tier 10. I know a lot more than these people who started playing the games. I understand that. And I face players who are first time tier 6 and I would destroy them. I mean, everyone has to at some point face players that are new to the game. And it's not right for me to, pick games that are all about the damage. I'm not an egotistic person. There's people out there on World of Warships who become famous because they're egotistic about their skill, and so be it. That's the way they run things. I don't run things that way. I'm a more people's person. I don't care how good you are, how bad you are, but if you offer something different from the game, if you offer a positive atmosphere, a positive environment, I find the game more enjoyable when my team is talking to me and helping me win the game instead of someone ranting in the chat system and saying that, oh, my team is trash, look at me, I got high caliber. No, I don't care for that. I don't like that. So even if you're a bad player, even if you're a good player, we're on the common ground here. There's people out there who justify that, oh, you're bad at this game, so you should listen to me. No. I've seen players who are not that good at World of Warships, but I don't go out of my way telling that, oh, we're losing this game because you're garbage and you're playing this way. I asked them, can you please capture the flag? And that's how I do it. And if they listen to me, there's been games that people listen to me even though they're bad. They listen to me because I wasn't a douche. And we win the game. It's amazing, right? It's amazing. And sometimes, yes, it's true, sometimes people don't listen to you. But so be it. At the end of the day, why should I make it a big fuzz that someone's not listening to me when this is just a game? We play 10 games a day, 5 games a day. Every game can't be perfect, okay? So, yeah, that is how I run YouTube with World of Warships. Sorry, but I cannot comply with the values of doing damage. I'm not going to upload those videos. Like I said from the beginning, I never cared about it. The videos only special if it's unique. Sometimes I get creative games like my Kirby videos, my Kirby video with the beats. Recently I just uploaded SX game where I find it really funny and amusing to watch my team to go in circles. But in the chat, I didn't rant saying, oh, my team is being garbage. I didn't do a commentary ranting about it. I converted that bad gameplay into something else, and that's what I'm always looking for. That's how I do YouTube. I don't rant. I don't blame my team, because everyone has their own freedom to do whatever they want in the game. And if they wish to sabotage the game, I can't stop them. But me ranting makes me look like a horrible person. Honestly, that's how I view it. Sometimes it's justified that you might snap and you rant. But hey, there's a game. Can't make a big fuzz about it unless it's something, if it's something that deals with your life that's very important, like family matters, financial means to survival. And that's a different story. You might have to step it up. But this is a game. This is YouTube. YouTube is a hobby to me. And that's how I view my ways of doing YouTube. Second criticism, I have to question, because this is something I can comply with, and sometimes I don't know if you guys would agree, but one person criticized that I wasn't accurate with my words on the Enterprise video. And it deals with the history. He called me out. He called me a history know-all, but you don't know shit. And that kind of bothers me, because one of the things I love to do with my World of Warships videos is that I do research, I write it down, and I like to share interesting information. I don't just upload gameplay and do a commentary of what I do. I do it, but I don't just do that. I want to add something extra. I'm inspired by other people on YouTube. At the same time, I hope to inspire you guys. Like I said, I'm seeking for people out there who are looking for some kind of common ground. I've seen a lot of things in my life that has troubled me, but I watch people's videos that has really changed my life, and that's something I want to do at the same time. Inspire other people. Which is why I don't belittle other people, because I don't like that. I have played with friends who belittle people. I've seen people belittle other people. I don't want to be that douche. And that's the way my gameplay works, but... So... Doing extra things in my World of Warships content was history. And I knew for a fact that history is... It's a very difficult subject to talk about, because sometimes people misinterpret, sometimes people get political, and at the same time, sometimes people just, you know, they want to be perfect. They want to be politically correct. And history is the easiest way to do it. Oh, you said the name wrong. Oh, you said this, you said that. That's not true. And there's always this history that is still being debated today. So, in the Enterprise video, you're going to be as simple as possible and as clear as possible. The problem was that it didn't deal with the history, because the history was clear. What happened, but it deals with the English, okay? Sometimes when you're talking about something, if you're too precise, if you're not too broad, if you're not abstract enough, sometimes people might misinterpret your information. And if you haven't taken any language tests, you know, I'm sure at some point you will take a language test like English language or Spanish language. You read something and then you read too fast, and sometimes you might misinterpret. When someone says sometimes, if they say sometimes this happened, there'll be times that people who interpret sometimes as always. And then when people say a few times, some people interpret as never, which means it never happens. Sometimes people take it to the exaggeration of it because of the language slang. It's the way we talk in everyday language. But if you're talking about formal talking, we are very precise. So, in the video of the Enterprise, I was talking about why American carriers have dive bombers over torpedo bombers. And I'll explain that dive bombers, they put a hole into the deck, okay? They don't quite sink the capital ships, mainly the battleships, because they're too big. To sink a ship, you have to have torpedoes and put a hole in the hull. So when I was explaining this type of stuff, like I said, I like to add extra things to my video. I was adding interesting facts about dive bombers with the Americans. And although the dive bombers didn't sink the ship, which is what I was trying to emphasize, people were misinterpreting this. So to be very slow and hear me out very precisely, okay? During the Battle of Midway, this is the topic that I was arguing with, and the person just yelled at me, calling me a know-all and you don't know shit. He was very offended by what I said, and like I said, history is very complicated. I said that at the Battle of Midway, when the Americans drop the dive bombs onto the Japanese carriers, they disable the carriers because the dive bombs damage a very critical part of the ship, which was the rudder and possibly the engine. Certain carriers were damaged by the engine, and some were jammed with the rudder, so they couldn't make it back to the homelands, okay? So if the ship can't make it back to the homelands, the ships were useless. As a result, the Japanese scuttle the ship. And what I said was that the dive bombers, in terms of the damage, they did their job, and that was to render the ship useless. But I was being too precise, saying that the dive bombs didn't sink the ship directly. So in terms of the bombs doing the damage, they didn't sink the ship. The ship didn't get sunk because of the bombs. In terms of the direct damage, they were sunk because of the damage that was inflicted because they disabled the ship. As a result, the Japanese navies were forced to scuttle the ship. When I say scuttling, it means that the ship couldn't make it back home, so what the Japanese did was they dropped their own torpedoes to sink the ship themselves. And I was being too precise, saying that the Americans didn't sink the ship with the dive bombs, but they were responsible for the death of the carriers because they forced the Japanese to scuttle the ship. And I could have just said that, oh, the Americans were responsible for sinking the ship and save the trouble, but I wanted to add some interesting facts, and people always ask me why do Americans don't get more torpedo bombers. It was because the Americans like dive bombers more, because they just need to do enough damage to screw over the Japanese carriers, and the Battle of Midway has been proven. So in terms of being correct, politically correct, whether you want to argue with me or not, the ships weren't sunk by the direct damage of the dive bombs. They were sunk because of the ships being disabled, which means that they were forced to be scuttled. So it was the American victories, but the point was that the dive bombs didn't sink the ship because of the damage, the explosion of the dive bombs. They disabled the ship, and people just lost their shit on it, and it bothered me because, you know, I do a lot of history about my World of Warships content, and I don't know if you guys enjoy hearing me talk about the history, but when someone calls me out saying that I don't know anything about history, I start to question that should I talk about history with knowing for a fact that people are going to be politically correct. And I did the research. I researched it twice to make sure that these ships were scuttled. There's a difference between being sunk by the bombs and being scuttled because of the bombs. Okay? In this situation, it's because of the bombs, but the guys were arguing with that it was sunk by the bombs, and if you were to take the SAT in the United States of America and you try to explain what is going on, that is incorrect. And I don't want to be like the guy who, you know, the English know-all or some kind of language know-all, but the point is, if I do history, I know for a fact that someone's going to be out there who criticize my history. And I'm not going to argue with it. Why should I go through trouble arguing with who's right? So, technically, I could just drop the history, save me the trouble, and don't talk about it if nobody watches my video for the history. I can just talk about how to play the ship, how the ship plays, and all sorts of stuff, and save me the trouble about not talking about the history. But if you guys enjoy me talking about the history, and yes, here's the truth. I do acknowledge people who are right. In the Enterprise video, someone said that there was one point that I made wrong. It was that I thought the Lexington was sunk, which is funny, which is something I was arguing about, was sunk by the Japanese carriers, by the Japanese warplanes. But it was incorrect because I was trying to think of the top of my head. Somebody corrected me that the Lexington was sunk by being scuttled, which means that they inflicted enough damage on the Lexington, but the Lexington could not be salvaged or taken back to the ports of the United States, which means that the United States Navy were forced to scuttle the ship. There's a difference between scuttling and sinking the ship by bombs. That's the point I was trying to make. So that was the point I was arguing, but the person who talked about the Lexington said that I was incorrect. I'm not gonna be that stubborn douchebag who wants to be all right on all the things. Like, they want to be the person who's right and they're going to argue to death. That's not me. If you have a valid reason and the reason is obvious, I will respect that reason. So, I loved his comment, and yeah, he corrected me. So when it comes to history, I do make mistakes. And that's the way I like to approach it, but that recent comment, someone who yelled at me, call it know-all, really did bother me because most of my videos deals with history. I love to talk about history. So, I'm asking you guys, do you guys care about the history when it comes to talking about it? Because I enjoy watching Jingo's video when he talks about the history of the ship, and I also myself enjoy reading about history and sharing that knowledge with you guys. I'm not a person who's going to, you know, claim everything, know everything in the world. There's going to be people out there who make mistakes, and I am no exception. So, yes, that was the pickle I have to go through. So if you don't really watch my videos because of history or don't find any values of the history, I'm fine with that. I can just save myself the trouble and don't talk about it and only concern myself with World of Warships. Just leave it in the comment section below of this video that if you like my history, I will continue doing the history of that part of my videos. If some people are 50-50 on it, then I will have to make a decision or come up with some kind of solution. So yeah, I was, you know, someone who's calling me out on that really did bother me for the few days because, like I said, I built this channel. If you watch my really old videos, which admittedly I don't like watching my old videos because I was bad at commentaries, but a good chunk of my videos was talking about history. I talk like 20 minutes to 40 minutes, and I got a Shokaku video that's sitting in my hard drive and a Bismarck script almost done, and hopefully I can get the Bismarck video out there. That is heavily on history. I want to talk about the Shokaku because the Shokaku was a veteran of the Imperial Japanese Navy. I want to do my Bismarck video because I have a lot to talk about the Bismarck, about the history. That is what makes my videos different at times because most people grab the Bismarck, talk about the secondaries, talk about the gameplay, but we see it all the time. If you subscribe to any other contributors, they've done it already, and I just find myself being repetitive if I talk about that. But if I were to do something different, talk about the history, point some interesting opinions, my speculation, sometimes I don't base off of facts of histories. I usually put the facts together and offer what I think would happen. Like, what if the Japanese won the battle midway? What could happen? What if? I love to talk about what if. But sometimes when people talk about what if, it causes political problems in the comment section, and people will start coming to my videos and start trolling, and you know, they have that stubborn attitude, which is why I always respect everyone, because if you be a douche to somebody, that person will subscribe to your channel and just sabotage it every time you upload a video. I respect everyone's opinion. I have always had respect to anyone, even people who opposes me. And when people who are, you know, being a douche to me, I try to avoid them. I ignore them. And this is something that deals with my content. So first criticism, the way I do videos when it comes to the damaging gameplays, that deals with my core values of my World of Warships content. I cannot comply with that. I cannot promise you guys that I'm going to upload the greatest gameplay of all times. I can't promise you that, because from the beginning, I don't do that. History-wise, that is something I can leave up to debate. It's your guys' decision that if you care about my history, you enjoyed that extra detail in my videos, you really like that when I was talking about the dive bombers, I can certainly talk more about it. Talk more about history, talk about the Missouri, talk about the Amagi. Where did Amagi come from? Japan, Italy, Germany. There's a lot of things in World War II I love to talk about, and I would love to share with you guys. And at the same time, always, I suggest always, whenever you can, add more things down in the comment section, because I don't know everything in the world. Some people have added interesting facts in the comment section to my video that adds more to the video, adds more value to me. Numbers, viewerships, likes, dislike, subscriber count doesn't mean anything to me. Has always been the values of my video. And just because I upload a video and I expect it to have value, the video doesn't have value. No matter how good I make the video doesn't mean anything if people don't watch them. If they don't have a purpose to watch my video. At the same time, my video might be good in terms of what I expected to be quality from the beginning, but it gets way better, absolutely way better, if you guys, you know, interact with me. It's like talk about your own experience with the ship, add interesting facts about the ships that I forgot, add some advice. It makes the video 10 times better, believe it or not. When people add in the comment section, everyone who watches videos on YouTube always at some point will go to the comment section and search for answers if I don't answer everyone's question, because I'm not going to be the perfect YouTuber out there who dispense all the answers to my videos. My videos has never been always 100%, you know, 100% proof when it comes to the guides. Like, I've done guides and there's things I miss because I don't cover every situation. So, combination as you guys interacting with my videos and myself looking for what I want from my videos is what makes my videos special. It's what you guys are the one who offers the values to my videos. And that is it. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you are concerned with the schedule, you want my channel to be primary, that's something I can't do. I want my channel to be seasonal, and if you wish to unsubscribe, there's nothing wrong with that. You have already achieved the ultimate means of my channel. That is giving me a chance to express myself in each of my videos, and you watch them. That will be always part of my channel. I'm not going to delete the videos 10 years from now, or possibly if my channel gets banned or whatever reason, but it's already there. You know, you cannot delete something that already exists, that already happened. And it's you guys who offer that values. And even if I make the most perfect video in the world, it doesn't mean anything if people don't watch the video. That's what I'm trying to say. So in the times where I am out for school, what I normally do is add fillers. So I do Prey, Let's Play, Far Cry 4, Shogun 2, games that don't deal with World of Warships content, because my channel has never been World of Warships mainly. It's a gaming channel. That's what I'm trying to build here. Aside from that, I need you guys to, if you have any opinions, please leave it down in the comment section below. Nobody leaves any comment section and they just dislike or like my video, that doesn't tell me anything. It really doesn't tell me anything how to improve. If someone disliked the video but doesn't give me why they disliked the video, it doesn't add any value to this video. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on my channel.